I was thinking about balance um, and the concept of harmony. Over the last few weeks, there's been some really devastating news in the ecosystem around bad things happening to people and communities, etc. And I was reflecting on the fact that this is Black History Month, which is also a celebration of accomplishments of human beings who just happen to be of African descent. So, um, what I was, what was becoming clear to me is the intentionality of this harmony. Right? It can't be organic, and I think many of us just are not on the treadmill, but just walking, almost like in a trance, expecting that harmony will find you, or this idea of work-life balance will find you. But work-life harmony is actually intentional, and I thought about it last week as I was privileged enough to participate in some very important events as part of Black History Month, and acknowledging the contributions that Afro-descendant people have made, not only in Canada, but around the world and to society in general over the ages. So it was important to really be present during those celebrations and having a chance to speak to an audience that were very interested in making sure we chronicle these moments of accomplishments, progress, and celebrate as well what we've all contributed to advance society. But I realized as well that the the negative, or the things that are detrimental to society, have a they're almost like on a pipeline of continuous. Um, it's almost like a big fire hose of negative information. And I know that gets the newsreels going, and it sells papers, as they used to say back in the day, or it gets likes and views in today's day. It's also important to recognize that those negative things, they don't have any boundaries unless we establish them for ourselves and create that harmony and that balance out those things that are positive in your life, whether it's family, friends, celebrations, volunteering, all of those things that are a counterbalance to the negativity that happens in the world, that is minuscule in comparison, but is amplified to an exponential effect, which can be overwhelming. So today, I think about the work-life harmony that I'm attempting to create for myself, or I'm on the journey to create for myself. And I realize that we have to be extremely intentional about balancing out not only the negative things with very, very positive things in your life, but be intentional about it, as I mentioned earlier. And I think that's going to be a new muscle that we've got to develop over time, and be able to deliberately turn off the flow of negativity and intentionally replace it with positive things, whether it's just sitting by yourself, meditating, working out. Some people, whatever sport or hobby or pastime that you have that actually brings joy into your life, be intentional about creating that space, uh, and and deliberate about displacing the flow of negative energy. And I think that's going to be a muscle that I'm going to work on developing over the next little while, and so that it becomes habitual. It becomes part of my DNA and how I look at the world. I think I'm close to that, but it was really, it stood in contrast for me last week as I was celebrating with all these wonderful people and all of these groundbreaking leaders over the years, over the decades, that have shaped Canadian society and had a great impact in the world at large. So that's something that I think, for those of you in my network who are interested in and sharing this journey with me. I think it's something for you to consider is how do you create that deliberate, the room for more harmony, more goodness to come into your life. And I think that's going to also lower your blood pressure. And for me, it makes me smile. Anyhow, that's the again. I hope you get everything you deserve. Be well.